Confessed by Say True Away on Reddit. I assaulted someone when I was in middle school thinking it was okay. I haven't told this to anyone and I know I don't deserve to be forgiven. I am going to put the possibilities after the crime because I don't want people take this lightly. When I was in 7th grade I assaulted a girl by touching her boobs without her consent. Segment for my excuses I guess. I was always a loner and had to move countries with my mom and her boyfriend because he did something illegal. Turns out the lawyer scammed them and there wasn't something illegal, in 6th grade. They would always fight and sometimes it would get physical where me and my mom would have to hide in a room. We moved back to my country around the start of 7th grade. I met some guys at school and I guess I wanted to be like them. I don't know how I wasn't able to tell that they were terrible beings. They would play with girls and stuff so I guess I thought it was fine to be like them. So it happened after a while. She didn't show signs she was mad but I can't even imagine how bad it must have felt. I have been dealing with depression for 5 years now. After staying at psych ward I got better but I still hate myself so much that I have really hard time not hurting myself. There is literally no medicine left for me to try and if my doctors knew about how intense this feeling is they would put me in psych ward again for ketamine treatment which is a new method so I couldn't get it outside of hospital. I don't think about this incident most of the time but I know it is always at the back of my head and when it comes to front I can't even describe the anger I feel. I gained weight just so if I couldn't kill myself I would die young from heart attack. I would always hit my head to sink, walls etc. I cut myself many times. I attempted suicide many times but I could only actually follow it up once. I just want to stumble across her and apologize and ask her what she would like me to do. I am fine with killing myself if she says so. I am going to tell this to my therapist but if I do I feel like she is going to make me feel less guilty somehow. I am also going to tell this to my only friend ever whom I met 2 months ago even if she decides that she doesn't want me around anymore. Confessed by Tradition Rare 3461 on Reddit. I used to steal other kids' lunches at primary school. When I was in primary school, I live in New Zealand so primary school is ages 5 to 13, I grew up really poor. My parents had split custody week to week so some weeks I stayed at my father's which he never provided for me. My stepmom always packed me a lunch which consisted of an apple and usually a boiled egg. I used to make excuses to go to the bathroom constantly so I could scour other kids' bags in the cloak bay and steal their lunches which was always yummy things like roll-ups Dunkaroos ham sandwiches yogurts etc LCN bars etc and I would eat them quickly and put the rubbish back into their bags or just throw it in the toilet and flush it to dispose of the evidence. We had a few school assemblies about it but I never confessed or told anyone. I'm really not sure what made me do it except the fact I was really hungry. Confessed by Lower Suggestion 5344 on Reddit. I stole a set of tires from my former employer a few years ago. The company I worked for required us to use their vehicles, but they had maintenance scheduling shortfalls, so we had to use our own vehicles. The company said they would pay for the gas, mileage and oil change if need till they resolved the company vehicle maintenance issue. I found myself driving Simi Valley to LA, San Diego, Fresno and San Francisco to meet with their clients. A new guy took over the company and reneged on their program on the gas, and other after I drove for over 2,000 miles. The new guy rejected everyone's claims and said that was the old program that he did not agree with and was not obligated to repay. I returned from a trip from Sacramento to find out. Was late at night in the parking area, and noticed that their company cars were the same make and model of vehicle I was driving. Noticed that their tires were new as well and I ended up swapping my tires of my car for the new tires on their company car. It was nerve-wracking with their private security passing by every 10 minutes, but after 45 minutes. I got new tires. 1 week later I resigned. Confessed by Iki and Jeffy on Reddit. I've picked up headphones lying on the ground which seem to have been lost. I found the headphones out of doors while walking my dogs. They're actually quite expensive since they're AirPods Pro and consequently they have a function to be found in case if they're lost. The thing is that I picked them up and immediately carried home. They were filthy so I cleaned them up and afterwards tested them if they worked. They luckily happened to be working, however the function got turned on and the headphones got located after I tested them. But I instantly switched off the function in greed and untied the headphones from the owner who might have found them if I had let the function work on. The thing is that I feel sorry, but not so much. At first I was sure that it was nothing and it was none of my business if somebody lost their property. I found them by chance, so who cares? I was in endeavor to hide the fact that I could have prompted them to be found and been honest with myself. However, I kept deluding myself that I had done nothing wrong and that was okay to find some kind of treasure and keep it. But I had a conversation recently with my fellow who helped me to come to honesty with myself, and now I accept the greed and sin. I accept my act of dishonesty, but my fellow's certain that it is not merely the act of dishonesty, but that I'm a thief in addition. What do you think? Am I a thief? Confessed by Cool Guy Not Cring on Reddit. I used to steal money from my mom $7 to $13 every day and sneak off to the store. My mom had this box of her money and I'd steal $7 to $14 in ones and sneak off to the CVS and buy myself candy a while back. I know it was greedy and eventually I almost got caught, but I stopped for my own good, and yes, I had my own cash, but I was greedy and wanted to save my money. I was very greedy about it. One time I was explicitly told by my dad don't walk to the store, and I still managed to sneak off and smuggle my snacks back in the house. The walk to CVS wasn't very long, less than a mile, but it wasn't close either. If I rushed I'd get back home in 30 minutes minimum. Sometimes I'd be tired and I'd stop at the neighborhood park before getting home. If you're wondering what I bought chips/candy and then a Coca-Cola or Sprite, and the reason I stole $7 to $14 is because they costed a lot, and no, I didn't return the change.